The area in and around Douglas County and Parker in particular was being settled mostly through the Homestead Act that was generated by the government in 1862. Those that were in business trying to grow crops and raise animals only had a cash kind of payday twice a year. But it was kind of hard to try and buy different things during the year with only that twice a year payday. The dairy industry developed because of the need of the farmer to have some sort of cash crop, some sort of cash infusion into their operation. The Littleton Creamery Company was started in Littleton, Colorado in 1886 by Julius D. Hill and Irving S. Morse. Apparently they were fairly successful because by 1894 they had an operation in Sedalia, Colorado, the home operation in Littleton, and one down on Blake Street in Denver. Although the first listing in the Colorado Business Journal for the Parker facility of the Littleton Creamery Company was not until 1902. The Castle Rock Record-Journal newspaper reports from Parker clearly demonstrate the building of the operation in 1897 in Parker. They detail the fact that George Parker basically donated the property. The deed says sold it to him for $1, but that was basically a donation in order to begin the population of Parker. I'm not sure that the Littleton Creamery Company, that was their objective, but in fact what happened, Parker is here because of the Littleton Creamery Company. The building was about a half a block south of Main Street in Parker, about where today's 1 hour photo is. In the picture you can see a number of wagons in the process of delivering milk. If you look just over the back of the white horses to the very right of the picture, you can see the outline of the 20-mile house in Parker. To the left side of the picture, you can see the trees and shrubbery that's grown up along the banks of Cherry Creek. People would bring their milk to the Littleton Creamery Company. They would have it separated, and then the cream would be transported on into Denver and be churned into butter. The Littleton Creamery Company also sold many accoutrements or accessories for the dairy industry. This particular device is known as a centrifuge. It was made by the Creamery Package Corporation. It's used to determine the fat content of a particular sample of milk. Milk is sold and purchased on its fat content. And so in order to determine that, when the farmer brought it into the processing facility, they would take a sample. These are known as Babcock test bottles. This is a sample I had here. The bottom portion of this is to simulate cream with the milk that rises to the top. This device works by using a combination of the natural properties of the cream, the specific gravities, the difference between cream and milk, as well as centrifugal force. Samples are put in there, and this particular device can do a number of different samples at one time. Then centrifugal force is applied. And after several minutes, then your test would come out something like this, and you could read the fat content of this sample on this scale. This device is called a cream separator and is a small bench type model. Basically the same things that govern the fat tester are applied in here. You crank this up and centrifugal force is applied. Due to the differences in specific gravity, cream and milk separate through a series of discs that are held in here, and milk comes out one spout into a pail and cream comes out the other spout. Colorado has a very good climate for dairying. It's high, it's dry, cool, normally fairly mild winters. Grass is very rich in protein. The selling of cream and milk provided the farmer with a monthly cash benefit. And in the case of the Littleton Creamery, they paid twice a month, on the 10th and the 25th. The Littleton Creamery Company was a very successful operation. So it begs the question then, why did it go out of existence in about 1912? There are probably a number of factors, some of which are unknown to us. Myself, I think probably the biggest was a change in technology. If you remember, the Littleton Creamery operation was to gather at separator stations this cream and ship it into Denver. About that time, the proliferation of home and farm type separators came into being. In fact, it's somewhat ironic that the Littleton Creamery Company sold the home separator. As farmers got their own separators, there was no need for these gigantic separator stations all up and down the Front Range and into Nebraska and whatnot. So because of these and other factors, the Littleton Creamery Company was sold in about 1912 to the Beatrice Foods Company. In 1914, the property was sold to Roy Woodbury of Parker, which he basically remodeled and made into a home for himself and his family. Very few historic buildings remain in Parker. There are a few places left.